Hi everybody, happy Lunar New Year. Today is new moon. It will be exact at 12:35 London time UK. So that is basically in an hour and a half. So um, new moon is the time when we can set intentions for the month going forwards, but it's Lunar New Year, so this is a time when you would set intentions for the year ahead. Now, officially, the Lunar New Year is defined by the new moon before the start of spring, so really it's just pertaining to those in the Northern Hemisphere, but it is celebrated particularly by the Chinese community all over the world. And today we're ushering in the Year of the Snake. Now, last year was Year of the Dragon, and it was a yang, active, masculine energy. This year, Year of the Snake, is feminine. And this is augmented by the fact that the lunar nodes, so the high and the low points of the ecliptic of the moon, have moved on January the 12th into the axes of Pisces and Virgo. So what does that mean? Well, the North Node, if you imagine north on a compass, this is where we're headed collectively on the mothership on planet Earth, right? So the nodal axis is in the same signs for 18 months. So for 2025 and a lot of 2026, our North Node is in Pisces. Pisces is the final sign in the zodiac wheel, and it is the archetype of the mystic. What is a mystic? A mystic is the part of us that seeks questions or seeks answers to life's big questions. So contemplates the mystery of life and our place in it. So you might find big questions coming up, such as who am I now? What am I doing here? What's my purpose? Yeah, and these big questions are the ones that can rip life up from the foundations, okay? They can take us down. Now, they are a catalyst for transformation. Now, transformation is something that in our modern world, we're not that equipped to deal with change. In fact, most people fear it. So, this is why we have a society that's afraid of aging. If you are experiencing a milestone birthday this year, so if you're turning 21 or you've turned 21 this year, or 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 or 70, then this is especially true for you because our milestones, they bring up those big questions. So this is why we're afraid of aging in our modern world, because there isn't enough mentoring and enough support to help people through our crossroads, through these times that are essentially turning points. And this is the subject of my next book. I'm currently writing a book on navigating midlife and menopause from a mystic perspective, because most of what's out there is written from a clinical or medical perspective. So what's happened is most of our life transitions have been medicalized, whether that's birth, death, pregnancy, midlife, menopause. And it's a flag that we don't understand that the psyche means soul, okay? So at these crossroads in our life, it's the soul that we need to have a meeting with, not the mind, okay? There's a kind of an assumption out there that the word psyche means mind. So the way that we approach mental health is literally mental, okay? We need to address it from a mystic perspective, on the understanding that it is the psyche saying, hey, we need to have a meeting. So transformation happens in 3 stages: descent, initiation, and return. So if we think about Year of the Snake, a snake sheds its skin. Okay, the power of the snake is its ability to have a good death, a shamanic death, a psychological death, on the understanding that only then can we have a rebirth. You know, the Native Americans taught that if we're not in right relationship with death, we can't be in right relationship with life. And with that lunar node in Pisces, we're being asked to have a good death, okay, in 2025 and 2026. We're being asked to acknowledge, what am I over? What have I outgrown? What no longer energizes me or enthuses me? Yeah, this takes courage, because it means if we acknowledge what we're not happy about in our life, we're going to have to do something about it. We're going to have to confront our fear of change, of the unknown. So, the first stage of transformation, the descent, like the name suggests, we can go two ways. That way, which is resisting, okay, fighting it, or we can willingly walk down the steps of the cosmic world tree into the underworld, which the ancients called the womb of the Great Mother for rebirth. So, obviously, the better way to go is to step down rather than fall down. But again, we live in a culture that falls in love. Yeah, we don't do things the easy way, because we've lost connection with the inner mystic. We've lost the wisdom of the mystic feminine, which once supported us all through our cyclic rebirth. And if we allow the descent, if we allow ourselves to let go and let God, to acknowledge things aren't working, and you'll know when you're in the descent phase, because life will put so many obstacles in your path, it will make a mockery of your plans. So if you're listening to this and just exasperated with the state of your life, you're ready. You're ready for a bigger life, just like a kid needs bigger shoes. So the middle stage is the initiation. And this is when we feel like we are in a crucible. A crucible is like being in a cauldron on a hot fire. It's uncomfortable. Yeah. We just want out. We want the suffering, the torment to stop. And this is when people are most at risk of ending their life in order to end the suffering. But if we have mystic support, if we have somebody who has journeyed through the crucible to midwife us through that, then we can have a psychological death and a soul rebirth. This is initiation. This is what happens deep in the roots of the tree, in the subconscious. And if we surrender at that point, then we can begin the third stage, which is the return, the integration of what it is that we've experienced in that dark, dark place, the unknowable, great mystery. So, if you're currently descending or at the crossroads of change, know that you're not alone. Know that there is help. I am available for one-to-one sessions on the weekends because I'm writing my book during the week. So you can go to my website, themoonwoman.com, and click on contact in the menu and book a soul reading. I specialize in helping people find their purpose. Often it's a new calling, a new purpose that brings back our will to live and reorients us on a new path, a new chapter, and a new identity. But I'm also excited in the near future to be running retreats to help people to navigate their turning point, their big life transitions, starting with midlife and menopause. So stay tuned. If you want to find out more, join my list at themoonwoman.com. And I'm really passionate about speaking about this. So if you have a podcast or know someone that has a podcast and want to suggest me as a guest, I'd be delighted. I really want to help people navigate change from a soul-centered perspective, from a mystic perspective, especially given that is our collective lesson for 2025 and 2026 with this lunar node access in Pisces, the sign that asks us to navigate change as it is.